Hi, it's Sean, the Fluency Awesomeizer. Here's another video where I'm going to take some time and help you decode big words and to give you some spelling tips to carry around up here and use when you need them. I want to look at 4 words today, 2 at a time. All right, so let's get ready. Here's the first round. I'm going to get out of the way here in the corner, and I'm going to show you this word in just a second here. Hit pause if you want to give yourself plenty of time to read it, but I want you to read this right out loud to whoever you're sitting with. What's this word? All right, what's this word? These 2 words are really similar. The top word is memorial. The bottom word is memorable. Right? They're almost the same word until the ending. And so they can be confused. So I'm going to let's take a minute or 2 and compare them. All right? They both start the same way, and they have an AL at the end. All right? So it's at the end that things get a little tricky. There is a B in memorable. It's not in the top word, memorial. So if you looked at memorial when I just showed it to you, and you thought, or maybe even read memorable, there's no B in it. But I want to show you real quick how your brain may have confused it. All right. If you insert a B where there is none, like I just did, that word looks like memorable. See it? Memorable. And it's easy, especially at the end of a long word like memorial. It's very easy to insert a letter like B where it wasn't before. There's no B in memorial at the end. But you can put a B in there. Your brain can do that. It's very common. So that's how you could confuse memorial with memorable. But there's an I in memorial. All right, we're going to look at the root word of both of these to make sense of the endings, especially to help you with spelling. So the root word of memorial is an old Latin word, memoria, memoria. And you can, as you can guess, it's Latin for memory. So the IA there, it comes from the old Latin language. So from memoria, we have the word memory with a Y at the end. Now I'm going to come back on screen here. I want to talk about that Y just for a second. Y can make 2 sounds. Watch. Here's sign language Y. Y can say I, that's sign language I, and Y can say E when it's at the end of a word. Memory, the Y sounds like an E. This is going to be important because watch this. I'm going to drop the Y to spell memorial. I'm going to drop the Y and make it an I. It doesn't say an I sound, it's an E sound. And it's because of the Y at the end of the root memory. And it's also because of the Latin root memoria. And so here's memorial. We drop the Y, add an I, and add an AL. And we have the word memorial. Remember that I. It's not an E. And it means remembered. So we have Memorial Day, a day to remember those we've lost, those Americans whose lives were lost serving our country in the armed forces. So memorial, it's all about being remembered. All right, now the root word, speaking of remembered, memorable. The root of memorable is an old Latin word, memorabilis, memorabilis, right? And that in Latin means worthy of being remembered. So Memorial Day is a good time to talk about these 2 words. Memorabilis, to spell memorable, we're going to think of the root memory now, and we're going to drop the Y and add the suffix able, memorable. So it comes from memory and the Latin word memorabilis, and it literally, you can think of it literally as able to remember. That might help you with spelling, able to remember. So it's memorable, and it means worthy of being remembered. Anything memorable, like a trip you may have taken with your family, it's worthy of being remembered. Lots of things aren't memorable, like what you ate for dinner last week. Who knows? Who cares? It's not very memorable. All right, so quick look at the syllables. Up top, mem-or-e-o, mem-or-e-o. The stress is on the O-R, mem-or-e-o. Down below, the stress is on the mem or able. Mem or able. They're both 4-syllable words. All right, real quick, hit pause and read this phrase out loud for some extra practice, and I'm going to move on to the next two words. But hit pause, read this out loud first. All right, second round. Get ready to read. Let me get out of the way again. What is this word? Right out loud. And how about this one? All right, the top word is memorize. The bottom word is memories. These two can be confused very easily, especially when it comes to spelling. Mainly because of the Z sound at the end. Listen, memorize, memories. That S makes a Z sound, so let's check this out. They both start the same way. There's an I, there's an E, and a Z sound, all right? You can see it's not in the same order. So I'm gonna show you real quick how you can confuse memorize with memories. See that down below, I-E-S? Just like before, your brain could reverse a letter, which I just did, I-E-Z. The top word looks like memories now, not memorize. So if you thought or even read memories when you first saw memorize, that could explain why, something your brain may have done. Something to keep in mind, that it's very easy for readers to read a big word and get the first syllable in the middle correct. But you can get tired towards the end, and that's where some mistakes can happen. All right, so memorize has the chunk I-Z-E, eyes at the end. Memories has I-E-S. All right, let's look at the root words to make sense of this. Memorize and memories both come from the root memory. All right, so they're very similar to the two previous words we looked at. All right, so memorize comes from an old French word, mémoriser, which in French means memorize, mémoriser. That's where the Z comes from. Hear that Z, memorise? And mémoriser used to mean to commit to memory by writing, all right? And it's a skill, especially when you go to college, you memorize things by writing, by taking notes. So memorize used to refer to the practice of taking notes to memorize things. Right? Now, memorize, look at that S, that's where the Z comes from. So for memorize, think of the word memory, drop the Y and add an I. Now we add I-Z-E, right? And it is a Z in that sound, memorize. And it's Z in English. English kept a Z, but it comes from French. So there's a French word, just a comparison. Memories, both of these words, the bottom word, sorry, these French, memories. And speaking of memories, that S, right? Memories. The root of memories is also memory. We're going to drop the Y, add an I, and then an ES to make it a plural noun, memories. And you've got lots of memories, I'm sure. And it's an I in that word, not an E. Sounds like an E, memories, but it's an I because of the Y. Memory, memories. All right. Quick syllable check. Rise. 3 syllables. Down below, memories. 3 syllables too. All right, we're gonna wrap things up here. Hit pause and read this out loud for some extra practice. Hit pause. All right, that's gonna do it today. Thanks for being patient and working with all 4 words. Subscribe to my YouTube channel where you can see videos just like this one. I post them every weekday, and I try to help readers in 2nd through 6th grade and beyond to code big words and give you some interesting spelling tips. Mom or Dad can follow me at Fluency Awesomizer on Facebook. In my photos, I have over 200 examples of fluency exercises just like these. Keep you real busy for a very long time. You only need to read them 1 or 2 a day. It's all you need to do. It's great practice. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. Come back and see me soon at the Fluency Awesomizer.